Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Power Rangers Legacy Collection 6-inch Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers in Space. And onto the back of the box here you can see the Megazord and also all of the Rangers in this series. So as soon as we get the next wave and we get the Yellow Ranger from Mighty Morphing, I'll just review all of the Mighty Morphing Power Rangers in one video, and I'll do the same for all of the Rangers going forward. So let's go ahead and get this thing open and take a closer look. And here's the Yellow Ranger out of the packaging, and I can definitely see that this figure kind of suffers from the same treatment that the Marvel Legend female action figures get, and that is just complacency in the articulation. Now, the body mold in general, obviously, whilst it suits the design of the rest of the Power Rangers in Space right here, like you can see with the Red Ranger, it does basically share the same articulation and body mold design and everything that this Blue Ranger does, but it also shares defects that this figure has, which is just really bad. So first of all, if we just go ahead and take a look at the shoulders on the Red Ranger, as you can see we have the hinge joint up here, and it doesn't look all that bad whatsoever. You come over to this Ninja Storm figure right here, the female, you can see that the cut is much bigger in there and there's just like a big gap in the shoulder. It doesn't look all too great. But then this Yellow Ranger, like, that is humongous. It's just like there's gaping holes in a shoulder that, whilst it doesn't really take too much away from the overall look, it is just a little bit more annoying. Now also, something with my blue Ninja Storm Ranger is that the legs seemed kind of warped and everything. You can see they're not perfectly straight, and all of the other male Rangers that I have all have perfectly fine straight legs. We come over to this Yellow Ranger, the only other female figure that I've got out of the box so far, and again, warped legs, and this one even was clamped so tight in the package that it's actually kind of damaged them. If you go ahead and take a look right there, you can see the marks. That's just the plastic packaging digging into the legs, so it's warped and it's damaged, and that's very complacent. On the head up here, you can see very clearly it has marks there. So right here on the helmet and right over here. We can also see that the gold on the front of the visor, that's not really painted all too clean. If we take a look at the Red Ranger over here, you can see that it is a much cleaner paint job. So for whatever reason, these female figures, just like in the Marvel Legends line, are just not getting as much attention and love in the quality control department that everything else is getting. But other than that, the figure is absolutely fantastic. She stands just under 6.5 inches tall, and so as a size comparison, there she is next to Andros right there. I think it looks pretty damn nice if you ask me. I do like the build and everything of this Ranger, and I love the way that she looks. Now, articulation wise, we have the head that moves up and down, left and right, and then we have these shoulders that come out to the side and rotate all the way around, rotation up part of the arm, single jointed elbow, again, like, why isn't it a double joint? Rotation at the forearm, and then you got the hinge ball joint right there at the wrist, so you can get all manner of kind of articulation. Those wrists, or should I say those hands, can hold the blaster, which looks really awesome. Can also be holstered down here, and this can also be removed. We have a ball joint here, which when I pulled her out the box, she was clamped in so tight by a leg, I went to pull her out, and then I just pulled it off like that. It's not like super loose or anything, it's just, not that hard to go ahead and pop that off that ball joint, but really good articulation there, front, back, side to side, and then you've got the twist, then we have the waist swivel right there. The skirt does hinder articulation quite a lot. It is quite a stiff plastic, so that looks like it's going to be a running theme throughout this entire line. That sucks, but never mind, I guess. So the legs move forward and back a little bit, come out to the side a little bit. Rotation at the upper part of the thigh, double jointed knees, rotation at the boot right there, and the feet move up and down, and we have ankle pivot. Now, with no peg holes in the feet and no hole in the back or anything, it is harder to obviously keep these figures standing if they're going to have warped legs like that. It looks like it's going to be a common problem with these female figures. They're not really hard to stand, but it's just like that doesn't look good at all, really, does it? So it is very annoying, but it's not too much of a problem. It shouldn't really stop you from buying the figure if you do want to complete your collection, but just bear in mind you might want to check them out in the package before you go ahead and buy them, because mine is, you know, quite bad in the quality control area. Now, with it being a yellow and white figure, it's actually done very, very well with the you know, plastic that they've used and paint matching and everything. So I'm really, really happy with that. It's just, you know, sloppiness comes from how it was packed, and then also just the design of the mold itself, like in those shoulders and stuff. That is, you know, nothing major to complain about at all, but it's just in general, when other figures in the line, you know, are practically flush, like I just don't see why they're giving less attention to the female figures. You might not think it's much of a problem at all, but, you know, I'm an action figure reviewer. This is what I do. I'm trying to find nitpick things so that I can go ahead and tell you about it. You know, things that you wouldn't otherwise have picked up on yourself. So, that is it for the review, guys. I definitely recommend it. If you're a fan of Power Rangers in space, then obviously it's a must-have. But I definitely think that the female figures in this line could definitely do with a bit more work, especially with that skirt as well. It just basically hinders all of the leg articulation. You can't really get them into any epic poses, but still, it is a great collection and the best figures that Bandai America have pumped out, in my opinion. So definitely go ahead and pick it up if you are a Power Rangers in Space fan. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like. And if you want to see more pictures of anything else from my collection, check out my Instagram. It's Homerino123, and the link is in the description below. And for more Power Rangers reviews, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.